We're live. This is the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion. Happy New Year. I am Matt, and with me is Al. Do not fret. We're going to tag team it. We're going to go Fabulous Freebirds for the next half hour until everybody else gets on. But everybody's going to be in the building. Al, Happy New Year, brother. It's good to see you, man.
Happy New Year to you as well, sir. I'm good to see you as well, and Happy New Year to everyone that's in the chat. We hope that you had a great New Year, and we hope 2021 is a great. I'm done.
All right, awesome. You had bored out there a little bit, so I was just lagging behind a bit. I got you down. All right, so we're gonna get right into things, and we're gonna kind of dance around a little bit here. Everybody in the chat want to say what's up, Big Remo. We see you over there, brother. Brother, I thought about you when I saw the news yesterday. Before we even get started on that, man, I was blown away when I found out about MF Doom the other day, man. That you talk about hurt, man. I hadn't hurt like that since Kobe Bryant passed. I was disgusted. I was like, man, and I was just hoping we got another MF Doom album. That just blew my mind out. So, Remo, you go ahead, Al.
No, I was gonna say, man, I was kind of touched over that too, man, because I don't know, man. When you start thinking, it's crazy because with 2020, man, when you hear about somebody passing, one of the first things I ask myself, I hope he didn't die of COVID. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have passed away, either directly due to the virus or complications as a result of maybe pre-existing conditions due to COVID. So I'm like, hey, man, I hope that ain't how he went out, man. But yeah, that's a loss to hip hop, man, period. He might not have been a well-recognized name in mainstream, but he really wasn't considered a mainstream rapper. And at the same time, man, he was one of those MCs that he didn't need mainstream recognition because majority of MCs, those who are actually really students of the game, knew about him.
Yeah. And
for your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Yep. I mean, that really kind of really just devastated me, man. I was bummed out for the rest of that night. I was like, man, and I called a couple of my buddies and was like, hey, you heard about MF Doom? But I'm like, what, man? I said, he passed away, man. He was like, what? I was like, yeah. And I said, he passed away in October, which means they kept it quiet. That was even crazy that they kept it as quiet as long. But, I told my buddy, I said, MF Doom is typically a quiet cat, you don't see him out anywhere. You don't hear about him being here. He just kind of pop up when he pop up, and that's that, man. So, but I tell you what, he left a hell of a catalog of music. But if you don't know who that is, go check him out, man. And you'll see what all the fuss is about, man. So we definitely mourn the loss of MF Doom. So, well, let's get right down into business. First thing on the docket here tonight, we're gonna go with the Flash is scheduled to begin production in the UK in April. Al, I had no idea that they were even talking about doing the Flash movie. I got it. Apparently, I missed that boat.
Well, back when they first started talking about the Justice League, and I'm just put a disclaimer. I don't know if it's my internet or your internet, Matt, but I know I'm freezing. So at some point I might dip out and dip back in just to see if that works. But they were talking about doing back before, which we talked about the whole Justice League thing and how they should have followed Marvel's blueprint in reference to like the individual movies and then the Justice League. I think that would have worked out a whole lot better. But I digress. But they talked about doing a Cyborg movie. They talked about doing a Flash movie right after Justice League. And I think the reception that the Justice League movie got kind of put that on the back burner. And that's the reason why they opted to go ahead with Shazam and then, fall back on the Flash. But yeah, they were talking about doing a Flash movie and a Cyborg movie after the Justice League movie. It just never came into fruition until recently. I didn't know anything about them starting to film the Flash movie, but I do remember it was supposed to be. I want to say that it's based on Flashpoint. I want to say. Oh, Big Remo, thank you, sir. I don't know what's going on, man. It might be by the New Year's evil spirit. I have no idea.
Y2K
Cox Cable might be messing with us because we live in Macon. But yeah, we live in Macon. But yeah, man, yeah, from what I understand, it's supposed to be like based on Flashpoint. So we'll see. Is Ezra Miller still supposed to be the Flash?
I think Ezra Ezra's the guy that was in the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if he said he was staying on or not, man. I want to say I think he was out of there. I think they announced that maybe last year or coming into last year. No, he's still no. I'm looking at it. He's still in it. Is it him, Michael Keaton, and Ben Affleck both supposed to be?
Oh, okay, all right, that's what's up. Now I know Michael Keaton had been not Michael Keaton, but Ben Affleck was flip-flopping because after Justice League, he said he wasn't gonna reprise Batman after that movie, but then he turned around and said he was gonna still be a part of the DC universe. So I don't know, man. And I'm not trying to deviate from what we talking about, but I went and visited some of my folks, one of my brothers up in Douglasville. I know we're gonna talk about Wonder Woman later on, which I got a lot to say about that, but I watched that movie. I watched Wonder Woman in 1984, and then just no sooner, because we watched it on HBO Max, no sooner than that movie went off, Justice League came on. Now, me and you were kind of like in the minority on that movie, right? We liked the movie. I thought the movie was a decent movie. Personally, it wasn't without its faults, but it was a decent movie. I had an epiphany about that movie, and it was like, had DC done the same thing that Marvel did with the MCU, with the Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Flash, whoever they could have got before the Justice League, I honestly think that movie would have done a whole lot better. People would have been more receptive of the Justice League. Of course, you're gonna have people that's gonna be like, man, they bit off of Marvel, the MCU and stuff. But if it worked for Marvel, it would work for them. That movie was a good movie. After watching Wonder Woman 1984, and it's kind of crazy how that went. I'll explain it later. It kind of made me appreciate the Justice League movie. I'm like, man, this movie was not as bad as people put it off to be, But as far as that Flash movie is concerned, man, it's gonna be interesting to see how it's gonna go. I'm not gonna lie, I'm rooting for it because competition is everything, and Marvel needs DC and DC needs Marvel for them to keep sharpening themselves, to keep putting out quality stuff, and to make it more worthwhile for moviegoers, all over, both the casual fans and the comic book fans. So I'm excited to hear that they started the filming. Did they say when as far as the theatrical release date of the movie?
They hadn't announced that yet. I would assume 2022, considering that they're going to start filming in April. So it will probably have to take at least about a year. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to probably try to get that into the theaters if they can by 2022. Lord willing, we'll be back to normal by that time. So hopefully they'll be able to release that in the theaters. So we'll see how that goes, man. So we'll see. What's going on, brother? We see you in there, man.
Some small wood.
Happy New Year, Shan. We see you over there too, old man.
Say Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year, Shannon.
All right. So let's move over. Like I said, we're gonna move around a little bit, Al, till everybody gets on. So I'm gonna hop over to a few things here. Let me get myself sorted out here.
Well, man, you never really talked. What you think about it? I know you said you were.
Man, I mean, I have to wait to see how it's gonna be. With these DC movies, you gotta wait. I mean, I can go, oh, it's gonna be great. Then I save myself for the show later on. But I think that I mean, you got Michael Keaton, you got Ben Affleck, you got Ezra Miller, you got a solid cast. So, I mean, it can't be any worse than the TV show. I mean,
Amen to that, brother.
I mean, that's just kind of the way I feel about it. It can't be worse than the TV show. I mean, it can, but I doubt it's going to get to that level.
Man, if that's the case, then DC needs to give it up, and they need to reopen that colonial bread factory down here and making, and all of them need to go to work over there because it's a wrap.
Well, a wrap. You know, I do want to say this. You know, we talk about that Justice League movie, and this once again, this comes up every time we bring it up. Is that I think that the Justice League movie, I think what should have happened is that everybody should have had their solo movies before that came out.
I agree.
The one thing that I keep going back to every time I think about that movie is that that should have been the culmination. It should have been the Avengers coming together type deal. And so when you watch these movies separately now, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like, man, you know, y'all, I hate y'all even went this way, you know. And I tell you what, too, you were talking about Cyborg. Well, you know, that was one of the topics tonight. Is that Ray Fisher says he ain't coming back because he done fell out with the director of the Disney films. Say he's not coming back. So until you know they figure that out, he ain't coming back. So they'll probably go cast Terrence Howard or somebody. Terrence Howard.
Oh no.
I mean, he do.
They don't need to.
They're gonna get him, man.
they don't need to cast Whoop that trick. No, they don't need to cast him.
Man. Yeah, they'll cast him, man, to be in it, man. So we'll see, man. We'll see. DT is in the building. What's up, brother? We see you, man. DT is in the building. All right, so we'll move on here to our weekly top 10 here on Cover Price. We're not sponsored by them yet. But here is the top 10 for moving for this week. For some strange reason, man, I saw this on a couple of lists this week. I don't know what's going on here with this book. There's 2 or 3 books here. I don't know what's going on with this one. Of course, you know, Star Wars. Something is going on with this one with the Eternal.
That Avengers, I want to say, and I'm shocked that West Coast Avengers is on the top 10. That ain't that Vision cover with White Vision on it, but I want to say that book has something to do with some kind of time police that's supposed to be in
right.
That Loki movie. I mean, the Loki TV show. Yeah,
this is the one. I think this is the guy that's in this book that I think he took the Fantastic Four to trial or something like that.
Yeah, matter of fact, the trailer for Loki, what's his face that was in the elevator? I cannot remember his name. It wasn't the guy that played Venom, was it, in Spider-Man 3? No, I wasn't him. No, I don't think it was him. But yeah, whoever that was in the elevator in that Loki trailer, he's supposed in that that West Coast Avengers book, I believe. So it's still odd to see it on the top 10 list.
You don't see too many West Coast Avengers books.
No,
Star Wars, of course, we know why that's up there. We've got a staple of the list, Spider-Man 300. We also got WW85, which I'm surprised that's still holding on. You know, that book is. I think that book was underprinted too, man, because I've only seen a handful of them. I looked up and got one. I got the variant, but this was underprinted. I know why this is on there. They're talking about making M'Baku Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
What you think about that?
You know, that came out of left field, and I'm glad. You brought it up. I ain't got no problem with it personally, man. Because if you go back and you look at the movie, the first movie, I mean, he did fight T'Challa for the mantle of Black Panther. I can see is as far as it's plausible to say that he could be, you know, tapped as Black Panther. And for me, it makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with Shuri, of course, but I think it would make for an even more compelling story to make M'Baku Black Panther, even if it's maybe for just one movie. Because I'm pretty sure the Black Panther franchise, if Marvel could stretch it out to a couple of movies, at least to their tried and true 3 movies, Shuri's probably going to be Black Panther at some point. So, I'm all for it. That's right. I mean, and, you know, I like the guy. I think his name's Winston Duke. I think that's his name. So, I mean, yeah, shoot, that works. He is extremely huge. He's a huge dude. So it's gonna be a real brolic Black Panther, man, if he does become, you know, Black Panther. But hey, it'll be something different. But you know what? I can guarantee you this: if he does, if Marvel, if the MCU or Marvel Studios decides to move forward with him as Black Panther, you could expect to see some changes in the comic book sometime before that happened to prime people to be on guard for it. So if he becomes Black Panther in the movies, 9 times out of 10, he gonna be Black Panther in the comic book.
Yeah, Marvel is gonna roll out the marketing campaign for when they do decide to make that move. You know for a fact we'll get about 6 months out. We'll have Manny variants. We'll have all kind of stuff. X, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, Xavier?
Welcome back.
What's going on, fellas? How you
After a month and a half hiatus of being on the trenches, Best Buy, Xavier Randall is back and better than ever.
Yeah, man.
Had to get that intro, man.
A
little low.
That's what I talk.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, good now. It's better.
We got you, man. All right, so we also see on the list we've got Riri Williams, which is of course we knew that was coming. I mean, who was not expecting that? And we got Dr. Afra, and a book that we're very familiar with, Moon Knight. So let's see.
I think all 3 of us got it. You got it too, don't you, X?
Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna see him not get a slab.
Yeah, so that is it for that list. Let's go over to Comic Book Invest and see what they've got on their top 10.
I actually got that book for like $10, if that, from Origin.
Shout out to Origin Story. Yeah.
CBSI. This is a book that came out this week, man, that I almost went out the house to go look for it, but I did not too, man. I said, nah, that's a nice ass cover.
Oh yeah, that's a dope cover now.
I was gonna pick that cover up, but due to unfortunate events here,
it might still be there. Hopefully, it's still there.
Hopefully, ain't nobody been in there to buy it.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is true. So, Star Wars, of course, more Star Wars, and I knew this was coming when we got.
I hate that.
That is so crazy.
But that book was already creeping up anyway before that even happened.
What the thing is, they said that it actually happened on Halloween. They just now recently announced it.
Yeah.
So people close to him probably knew, you know what I'm saying, or friends of the family.
And for those that don't know, that book is that's a hip hop homage to MF Doom, Mad Villainy album.
Yep. We got X-Wing, more Star Wars. We got Mighty Avengers 13 second print. Maybe I'm missing something. Anybody know anything about this? Know what's going on? Why this is? Yeah, maybe Larry.
I mean, as far as what does that say? It says unknown. Maybe someone can let everyone know what's secret.
Information.
The only thing I could think of, because they got secret in a capital S, that could have something to do with secret invasion. I don't know. I'm just throwing something to the wall.
Remo, if you know anything in the chat, anybody in the chat know anything, let us know. I would love to know why that's creeping up right there. Avengers 2020 number 28 second print. You can see why the cover. The Ghost Surfer. So Strange Academy number 6. Virgin variant. It's some nice red. Red covers tend to be a little on the pricey side. Haunted Mansion. That's kind of rough, that boy. That's a rough cover. And Jenny Hicks, which is the daughter of Jonah Hicks.
Jonah, yeah.
So Hack and Slash and Sunny. It's a golden. Is that a? Yeah, that's golden. Yeah, that's golden. So that is it for the top 10 for this week. X, you enjoyed yourself on New Year's, man?
Yeah, I got me some rest in. I'm a little frustrated at a game, but I'm other than that, I'm good. I'm one trophy away from platinuming Miles Morales, and it's 100 hit combo you got to get, and I keep getting hit or shot in the 90s. Yeah, and it starts all over.
I mean, if you can beat them down Valkyries on God of War, man, you'll eventually get this.
Well, I can tell you, I took plenty of hits from them Valkyries. Okay, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I watched them.
I was getting whopped in that thing.
All right, so we were just talking before you got on. We were talking about the Flash will be beginning production in April, my man. And so, what you think, man?
At this point, man, just get something started and do it. You know, they've been talking about the Flash for what, 4 or 5 years now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know who gonna do this. They don't know who gonna do that. Is Ezra Miller gonna be the Flash because of all the legal problems that he's in? Is it gonna be Flashpoint? Is it not? At this point, just give me something so that I can actually enjoy it. You know.
James Gunn confirms that Suicide Squad will be rated R. What's the last one was PG-13, right?
I think yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if an R rating would help it as much, but we'll welcome it.
I welcome it better than what we're gonna talk about later on.
Yeah. Jared Leto has reached out to Zack Snyder. Says he wants Zack Snyder to direct the Joker solo movie. No.
So here's the thing on that. As long as it's a different Joker than what we got in Suicide Squad, I'm all for it. Cause Jared Leto can act. It's just that take away all them stupid tattoos, the grill. I'd be down for it, but can they get somebody else to direct it besides Zack Snyder? Let him be a producer on it and call it a day. Let him do the intro to the movie and let somebody else just step in and direct it.
You know, we talked about this in the car the other day. How about y'all go find the writers for these cartoons?
Yeah, the animated series.
And you say, hey, this is what you're doing. You're gonna write for this movie. You know, how about we do that? Let me see. Here we go. Remo says the Avengers title is hot for the first appearance of the Secret Warriors. Oh, okay, that's what it is. All right. I was wondering why that book was skyrocketing like that.
Some secret about it.
Yeah.
Hey, since just because you brought up the animated movies, have y'all had a chance to do the interactive Death in the Family movie?
I have.
It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. I like how they change the whole story up depending on what your selections are. I mean, it's not gonna be fully like Heavy Rain where every single thing changes the story, but it can lead in a different direction just to give you more content. And if they did more shows or more animated movies like that, it'd be dope.
We also got this week. I don't know if y'all saw it. I saw it. I think yesterday, maybe day before yesterday. The announcement for the actor for God of War. Yeah, it was
Leonidas, Gerard Butler.
Yeah, Gerard Butler. Yeah, for God of War. I can almost tell you, I guarantee you won't hear anything about that until that game come out. They're gonna link them together.
Mm-hmm.
They need to find another actor. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he really hadn't done anything outside of 300. In my honest opinion, it may be an unpopular opinion, but if you go back and watch 300 right now, it does not feel the same. the first couple times you watched it, and he didn't do that great of an acting job in that.
He did all right in that movie with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, but it was he really didn't have to act in it.
They casted him just to say this is Sparta. That's the only reason why they casted him, to say this is Sparta.
Yeah, he and what was the name of that movie? Law Abiding Citizen.
That's
You
it.
know,
Yeah.
he really didn't have to act. All he did was have a bunch of dialogue. That was it. There was nothing over the top with it. I wish they'd get old buddy, the African dude. I cannot say his name. Digimon.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. You said
Jamal Hansu.
Yeah, if they would get him, he could be a perfect Kratos.
And let Christopher Judge voice him over, like just do the dub for the whole thing.
like, for the whole movie, like
Boy.
That's Junior's name. Every time I walk in the door, boy.
they can get what you call it, man. They can get a old boy from Living Single to do. If they're gonna start all the way from Sparta, he can let him voice it over.
Yeah.
Shit, they might could let him play.
I don't know about all that.
He's too old now. He's too old.
Nah, it ain't even the age thing, you know. Nothing against him, but I don't. When you look at Kratos, you don't see nothing kind of Swedish about him.
Maxine. Oh man.
He got his cheekbone too high for me.
All right. Some good news.
I can't do it.
We got some gaming. Well, since we're here in the gaming realm, we'll stay in the gaming realm. Some gaming news. Koei Tecmo plans to announce some new games this year. And word on the street, it's a new Ninja game. Hopefully, it won't be a remake of the remake that was a remake of the remake. Because you know that's what they'll do. They'll come out and be like, "Oh man, we got a new Ninja game in this Ninja Game 3 Ultra."
Hey, if it's anything like Dark Souls, it might be worth it. Okay, that Dark Souls remake on PS5, that's where it's at.
You got that?
I didn't buy it. I played it.
Oh, okay. I heard good things about it. But I mean, Al, is that exciting news to you? Another Ninja game, man?
Hell no, man.
TBD.
Dynasty Warriors?
Let me tell you
I
something,
would
man.
say the old Dynasty Warriors. See, a lot of people don't realize the old Dynasty Warriors was a fighting game.
Look here, man. I swore off Ninja Game from the 8-bit Nintendo.
Part 2.
The first one. I ain't played.
Oh wow.
So you ain't played Ninja Game since then? Oh man.
Oh wow.
Hey, you better tell me how hard.
Hey.
Bro, let me tell you something. I like a challenging game. But whenever a game give you a migraine headache and you land on the floor at the age of 8, 9, 10 years old trying to figure out life over a game on the 8-bit Nintendo, bro, something wrong, man. That's what that and Silent Hill. Them first guys. Nope.
Hey, I wish they'll remake Silent Hill, man. I love those. So Silent Hill is the reason why I was so late getting into Resident Evil. You know, back then there was mainly either you were a Silent Hill fan or you were a Resident Evil fan. And I went the Silent Hill route, but man, hey, if they can redo those, man.
You know, if they redo it, I'll buy you a copy because I ain't buying it.
I'll stream it when I play it.
Hey man, I probably won't watch it that day, man. that game, man. I don't know what it was about that game, but that game freaked me out. So I ain't played it.
That radio.
Ninja, that radio, and yeah. But that Ninja game, man. I mean, it's good if they bringing it back. Them games are hard though, man. Like I just.
Yeah, man. Ninja, that third one, I think, on the motorcycles, man. That's hard. That's a hard game, man. Rough.
Another tough one. I can't remember which Castlevania it was, but I don't think I made it past the second chapter. I think it was on the PlayStation, and I was just like, nope, nope.
You beat Blood. It ain't Symphony of the Night.
Is that the fourth one?
Symphony of the Night is the best one. That's the one you got to beat, and you got to go back. You got to beat it, and you got to go back.
No, I didn't play Symphony of the Night. It was the one right before that. I stopped playing it because I was like, if I can't make it past the second chapter, no.
Symphony of the Night is where it's at. That was the best one.
It might have been the best one, but I ain't make it past the one before, so I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Man, we were rage quitting before rage quitting was cool, man. Like,
Oh yeah, there's a couple of games. It's old games called this race car game called Hard Driving. I don't know if y'all remember that, man. That game was so fucking hard. You had to drive your car, and you had to go up this this damn wheel or whatever, and you got to stay straight. And the motherfucking controls was so bad on that.
Oh, I
game.
know what you're talking about. I watched somebody play that. I never played it, but I watched it. I was like, nope.
That game was hard, man. I have broken many control in this house, man. Playing some of these games, man.
Speaking of rage quitting, before rage quitting was a thing, I'm gonna give y'all a quick story about my brother and my cousin. So back when we were real heavy into playing Madden, this is on it had to have been on the PlayStation 2. And my cousin Quincy, he used to run with the Minnesota Vikings, and my brother used to run with either Denver, the Broncos, or the Raiders. And we used to have this thing called Larry. So like whenever the computer would do something for you it wasn't supposed to go that route, we'd be like, "Thank you, Larry." My cousin Quint, it was like 5 plays in a row where Larry showed up for my brother, and Quint said, "If it happened one more time, I'm busting this game, and I don't care who pissed off about it." Doe dropped back for a pass. He threw this joke about 60 yards in the air. And yeah, it was the Broncos because Ed McCaffrey caught a pass and he was quadruple covered. Quincy got up, he paused the game, stood up, walked over to the PlayStation, hit eject, snap, grabbed his bag, and walked out.
wow.
Now, this is back when my brother lived at Rivoli Run Apartments. And anybody ain't making familiar with that, it's a 3-story, 3-level apartment, and my brother stayed on the top. I think he cleared all of those steps in 3 steps. He was livid. Like, I think if you go out there right now, you still see his tire marks when we peeled out of that. That game, I think my brother still got the game right now. It's like in 30 different pieces and has it in the case. Now, granted, Quincy went and bought another copy for my brother, because they're my brother game. But you talk about some hot jokers, that game right there. Well, you lose family members over Madden back then when it was an actual game. But had to throw that in there. We're talking about rage quitting. That's.
I mean, that's a whole topic in itself. Is rage quitting game.
Man.
We might have to say that for next show. Rage quitting game. Matter of fact, I think that will be the topic. One of the topics for next show.
Just walking out of the arcade.
What games made you rage quit the most? I said, damn, boy, it's been a few of them. I mean, a lot of cats got to the end boss on War Gods. They couldn't handle it. I beat it in the arcade. But I showed if I won't over there with Chris at putt when he had the key, I want to beat that game.
Man, when you had one more hit on Goro to make it a Shang Tsung in the first Mortal Kombat, and this before everybody knew Goro's pattern, that you got one more hit and next thing you know, he get his hands on you and it's done. That made you rage quit all in its own right then.
Yeah. Boy,
oh goodness.
Next show is gonna be a good one. Rage quit. This is gonna be a good one. Rage quit game. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. But Al, we should write that down, Al, so we keep that rage quit.
Oh, it's man, I done formulated a list already.
Tell you right now, them Valkyries make you rage quit on God of War. That last Valkyrie.
Yeah, I got a topic that's gonna make you rage quit right now. Marvel reportedly wants most of the MCU heroes to be female or people of color. Now, all of us on this panel is black. But come on, y'all. Enough of that.
Hey, y'all see Remo comment? It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Yeah, just walking around the mall just jingling.
Yep.
If not quarters, tokens. But
tokens, right.
I mean, we see this in the comic books already. We saw this with the Indigenous series back in November, December. And so now they're talking about pushing. I mean, Why not just go with the A-Force? I mean, that's the obvious thing to do. Just go with A-Force.
Or
They're
instead of
all
trying to
everybody that's in A-Force is in the MCU already.
how about I'm just throwing this out there. Test it out first in a series. Instead of trying to make everything people of color and all women, which I'm all for both. I love both. You know what I'm saying? But you want this in Marvel, and it's not predominantly that. So are we changing everything to accommodate to the people who didn't grow up reading the comic books? I mean, I know the answer to it, but it shouldn't be like that, in my honest opinion.
Whose idea is this?
Some PR person who's scared of pushback. That's all. Like if you go that route and you throw out all these, because every person of color in the Marvel universe is not gonna be Black Panther. They're not gonna be Blade. It's not gonna be Storm. You know what I'm saying? You can't just throw them out there just because of that, hoping that it'll stick. It's not guaranteed like that. And then what'll end up happening is, soon as one of these unknown characters to people who have no idea who it is, we would know, but they won't, and it bombs, that the next thing you know, the MCU is going down altogether, because they're gonna be too afraid to go back to what got them to where they are now.
My thing is that they've got Black comic book characters that need to be pushed already sitting over there. You got people on payroll already over there as Black characters that y'all can be pushing. Monica Rambeau can get a bigger role. Of course, Blade. Riri is already in talk.
Yeah, all they gotta do is wait for X-Men.
That's what I'm saying.
Just wait for X-Men, then you bring Bishop and all that in. I mean, it's plenty out there, but don't just throw them out there just to do it.
Yeah. Yep. So I mean, my thing is that you've already got characters that can be utilized. Use the characters that you already got. Utilize what you already got. There's no need in trying to force feed. Make up stuff just for inclusion. You got.
Why fix what's not broken?
Yeah, I mean, you got indigenous characters. These characters that they talking about are already in the MCU. Already in Marvel canon. I mean,
like, I don't think Winter Soldier. I'm sorry. I don't think Falcon can hold his own in a solo movie.
No, that's okay.
I don't.
Yeah, you're right. That's just a few characters that are there that cannot, hold their own in those movies. I mean, we talk about the Hulk. We talk about there's certain characters that cannot go into movies by themselves. Right. I mean, it would be great for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But if y'all talking about MCU, no, that's not gonna work, man. Nobody's gonna be flocking down there to go watch Falcon.
Like, how many people already know Black Goliath is in the MCU?
Well, see, that's another character. I mean, you got the Ghost. The Ghost girl played the Ghost. She's still out there. You've got people already there. Use what you got.
Like, ain't nobody gonna sit down like we may, but these cats who don't follow the movies like that and follow the comics, they probably ain't even seen Ant-Man 2 or Ant-Man and the Wasp, so they're not gonna try to watch Lawrence Fishburne play Black Goliath.
What's old boy, man? They came out with that one character back in 2016. What's that guy name? With the Humans. What's that dude's name, man? They had a short run basketball player.
Everybody bought the comics because it was hot. Mosaic.
Yeah. Where's this guy? Where's this guy?
The man kicked the board for 4 prints and that was it.
Yeah.
And had a hip hop cover.
I mean, they made all this big hoopla. Oh man, Mosaic, man, Mosaic.
And that book is what an $11 book now.
If that, unless you got the banner, which is a whole different discussion.
Right, but you pay more than that just to get it.
Yeah, but really, man. So that's what I'm saying. If they're gonna go deep and pull from their characters that they already got, I'm fine with that. But use those characters Don't be switching people around.
Right.
Switching and on. You already got it there. Al, you got any part thoughts on this?
Oh yeah, I got a few.
Let her rip.
I've been collecting comics for well over 30 years, off and on. And throughout the history of comics, there's always been a deficit of characters of color. But as you all can see, our panel consists of African American men. And we collect all kinds of characters. Matter of fact, Larry, which should be on, he collects a lot of female heroines because that's what he likes. X likes to collect Batman, Bat Family stuff because that's what he likes. I collect and other things because that's what I like. We've known for years that there's always been a deficit of people of color in comic books. And although it can pose an issue as far as representation is concerned, I think the issue of representation to a degree is overblown because, yeah, it would be nice to see other characters of color in comic books, other ethnicities represented, orientations represented in comic books, but it's not a situation where that is going to, like Matt said, put butts in seats, because we've seen certain characters go through certain transformations in order to set up representation. Case in point, Iceman. For the longest time, Iceman was heterosexual, what they call cisgender now. But a few years ago, they wrote him as being gay. It's fine. But when they did that and they opted to give him a mini series and ongoing series, guess what? They tanked because people weren't looking for that. I'm pretty sure there were some in the LGBTQ community that enjoyed it, but as far as it goes, it wasn't a situation where that character actually was interesting enough in order to drive sales. America Chavez, however, perfect example of a brand new character that's a popular character. She's a lesbian, and people are looking forward to seeing her. She's supposed to be in the Doctor Strange movie. People are amped to see her. The problem is that when it comes down to comic books, especially with modern comic books, you only have a select handful of writers that are successfully able to weave stories and create characters outside of what's the norm and make those characters interesting. Most of these writers now, especially these newer writers that are on the scene, all they do is take an idea and change it up, and then they think it's going to run. Riri Williams, for the longest time, was a hated character or a reviled character, and she was created by arguably one of the best writers in comic books, Brian Michael Bendis. But the way she was written, people hated her guts. I watched videos and read stories and articles about how people just didn't like the way she was written as a condescending individual. She thought she was smarter than everybody else. Had nothing to do with her skin tone. It was just the way she was written. I say all that to say this. When you're looking at comic books, I'm drawn to characters. Hell, one of my favorite characters is a Russian. I ain't never been to Russia in my life. I have no desire to go to Russia at all. But one of my favorite characters is a Russian. And the reason why he's one of my favorite characters is because of the way he's written. Now, Marvel can do what they need to do and start creating people, characters, and those existing characters like the indigenous, like Red Wolf and Danielle Moonstar and what's her name? There was another one. She was in not the Champions, but the Defenders a while back. There's plenty of characters that you could choose from that can actually be implemented in the MCU. My issue with the MCU, especially when you hear that kind of stuff, I feel like it's not more of trying to provide inclusion, but more so pandering, and that's offensive to me. Because if you sitting here telling me that I can't enjoy the stories that are out now, and you just do what you need to do to try to make everything at least close to equal as possible, then to me that's a slap in my face. I've enjoyed I've enjoyed a good portion of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I could count on the number of on one hand as far as main characters that were of color, except for Black Panther, which everybody in that movie except for Claw was black. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I've learned how to separate certain things and not be so, oh my God, why is this the case? Why does it have to be this way? One of my favorite TV shows is King of the Hill. Only two people on that show, Chris Rock and Bernie Mac, were guest stars on that show that are of color. I was okay with that. I didn't have a problem with that at all. King of the Hill is one of my favorite shows of all time. Excellent show. I don't look at it and be like, man, ain't enough black people on King of the Hill. Everything's not going to be like that. It's not. We have to learn how to take what we can and enjoy what we can and do what we can to enjoy what is put in front of us. And you're gonna have those that's gonna never be satisfied. Marvel can put out they could their next slate of movies could be female centric, it could be persons of color centric, and somebody within that demographic is still gonna have problems with it. I remember there was a story going around with Black Panther. One of Black Panther's, I can't remember what the name of the personal bodyguards that he had. The Dora Milaje.
Yeah.
Two of them are lesbian. And somebody in the LGBTQ community was complaining because they didn't have any scenes of them together. The movie is not about them.
It's not about them.
Together. And even if they did have a Dora Milaje movie, if they did have any interaction with them, is going to be within the confinements of the movie. They ain't gonna follow them home and watch them cook dinner and all that kind of stuff. But you have people that, for whatever reason, nothing is okay. You have, I'm sorry to say it, but you have these people that are what they call virtue signalers. That all they do is look for the wrong in everything. Now, being a black man, especially in the South, I've seen some stuff. I've experienced some stuff. But as a black man in the South, I've had to take it, roll with the punches, and keep it moving. Certain things aren't right. I understand that. But certain things it should be a battle with everything. I shouldn't be sitting here talking about, man, I think the next Shazam ought to be black man from the hood. Like, what? It didn't make sense to me. All because you want to see that representation. Again, representation is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes down to certain things, when you're looking at what we look at as far as entertainment, it shouldn't be in a situation where somebody said, well, we're going to make the next few Marvel movies, we're going to make a female, we're going to make them persons of color. Because like I said, as a person of color, that's to me, that's like I said, it's disrespectful to slap in the face being
It's a cop out.
Right, being a long time comic book reader. You didn't care nothing about this 20, 25 years ago.
Right.
You didn't care nothing about this 10, 15 years ago. And
they didn't care about it 2 years ago.
And then too, like you said, X, you can't guarantee that you're going to put something out there and people are going to like it. Y'all brought up Mosaic. Man, they bigged up Mosaic like they bigged up Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Like bigged up Roman Reigns when they were trying to push him as a face. And what happened with that? It fell flat because people didn't like the dude.
Right.
Now he's supposed to be a heel and supposed to be better, which they should have done a long time ago, but I digress. But my thing is, let things go the way they should go organically. Miles Morales, straight to the moon. America Chavez, straight to the moon. Riri Williams, she's turning that corner. She's going straight to the moon. Kamala Khan. People are looking forward to that TV show. Let people decide what they want to see.
Right.
And at that particular point in time, if they're good with it, keep it rolling. Because Marvel, being that they're attached to Disney, one thing Disney know how to do is market the hell out of shit. We have Kamala Khan keychains. We have Kamala Khan tissue, toilet paper, hand sanitizer, the whole 9 yards. Let the people decide what they want. Don't pander to a small group of people that don't support you in the first place.
Exactly. That's what I want to say is if it's not supported, if you didn't support the books for these characters, what makes you think you deserve to see them on the big screen like that?
All these black folks, let me I'm saying this, I ain't mean to interrupt.
Hey, no, you good. You good.
That we sitting around talking about Killmonger this, Killmonger that. Killmonger since Black Panther, the movie then had about 2 or 3 series, and all of them fell flat.
Yeah.
Y'all love Black Panther so much.
Yep. Y'all so woke.
Man, that bothers me, man. It bothers me. Meanwhile, the diehard comic book fan that's looking for this stuff, that's enjoying the stories, that want to see more of these characters, can't get it because instead of the companies trying to appease those who are actually supporting them, in print and in digital format, you kick them to the curb.
Yep.
Let me say something. All these folk, I'm gonna go Ric Flair circa 1989. Y'all, if all my wrestling fans that know y'all promo, all y'all black folk. When next month, when DC drop and they bring back Static Shock and all them characters, I want to see the same kind of support that I've heard for the last 2
Didn't even support the anime.
Yeah, Black Lightning was on TV for years.
Yep.
You got Batwoman on there right now. Batwoman, Black Batwoman, either about to debut or has debuted. I think get ready to debut. Where is this fire and this hype for all these characters? Go ahead, Brad.
And I forgot all about Milestone. I had mentioned it on a post when I posted a Milestone book. When people sit around and they talk about the inclusion thing, Milestone was doing exactly what a lot of these folks are complaining about ain't being done back in 93, back in 94. You had Hardware, you had Shadow Cabinet. Shadow Cabinet had a lesbian couple in it in the book. Donner and Blitzen, as a matter of fact. Blood Syndicate had a guy by the name of Fade. It was a Latino, which was gay. There's a guy named Cobalt, which is a Batman Punisher amalgamation, which actually teamed up with a transgender police officer to go after transgendered prostitutes that was getting murdered by this crazy dude.
Why they ain't screaming to have Spawn? I mean, I know we got a new one that's supposed to be coming, but Spawn Al Simmons been black. First of all, you hear the name Al Simmons, you already know that's a black dude. I'm just saying. Because
Xavier, most of these folks don't even know Spawn is black.
But this is what kills me. This is what kills me though. So, you know, these same people that are begging for this stuff to happen now, it's amazing how we look like gods to them, because back when comics were strictly for nerds and everything, they didn't want to read it then. But now, since it's the new it thing because of movies and whatnot, I mean, bro, if you do a little history, you'll see this stuff has been out. We've all been saying it for a minute. Alice said it on this show tonight. This stuff has been out there.
I'll say it again. Marvel has black characters. They have indigenous characters. They even have gay characters. All in canon.
Yeah.
Use them.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Over the place. Use them. Yeah, people act like this is brand new.
Right.
Hey man, we need a couple of gay characters. What hell you got? Iceman, he's sitting right there.
My thing is, with our people, stop. Everything ain't about Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
say it again.
Sean, welcome, brother. Stay Puff in the building.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hey man, that beard looking solid, boy. So, hey, we'll get Sean in on this. I don't know have you caught any of what we talking about, Sean? Have you caught any of it?
Hey, I was too busy talking about this classic album.
Stevie Wonder. Hey man, so Marvel. So let me line it up here again. Marvel says that going forward, that they want to push female and people of color. And we've all came into this. We've all not been on here saying that they've got these kind of characters already, man. They're already in canon. But then, like Al was saying before you hopped on, where was the support at for Milestone? Where's the support at for Black Lightning? Where's the support? Hey, half of these folk don't even know it's the Martin Luther King comic book out there.
Or not to cut you off, but they want a black Superman, but don't know who Icon is.
Hey man, exactly. And don't even know that there was a black Superman recently.
Yeah.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? You know, all this, you know, two of them, yeah, two. And you got Black Batman next month. You got Black Batman in about 2
Yeah,
weeks.
you got Black Batman this next week.
Next week. I want to see what the hype is. Well, all these folk at they be talking Black Panther. It's like we used to have a guy down here making, man, years ago, back in the 80s. You have a call lot down there on Eisenhower, and he used to always come on talking about he sell cars and go, I got it. So that's how I feel like these folk with Black Panther. Everything is Black Panther. Look, man. Y'all make folk that like Black Panther hate Black Panther because y'all can't keep that motherfucking name out y'all mouth. Hey man, y'all don't put no respect on my boy name.
And they swear he was created by black people for black people.
It's 2021. I'm gonna give you a mini rant.
Oh Lord.
Panther been out for 70 years. I have heard more Black Panther talk the last 4 years than I ever heard in my entire life. Now y'all shine bold just not figure out who Miles Morales is. Like, bro, Miles Morales was talking about decades ago. What are y'all talking about right here, man? But y'all supposed to be fans.
I tell them people, man, Miles Morales been out a decade, man. Where were y'all, man?
Yeah. I need for all these new characters.
Hey.
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
I gotta say, when we was backstage on the last show, I was like, yo, Sean, you think you're gonna jump in on the rant? I was like, I'm probably
I'm like, man, it's just crazy to me. And it's like I told the guys, and I'll say it again. You have comic book characters lined up, ready to go. Y'all, hey, instead of y'all canceling these comic books after 5 issues, y'all fucking run them in the ground. How about that? Y'all want to push it? Push them comic books. Push them books. Y'all got comic books out there.
Man, stop trying to watch it on the Fire Stick and go out there and buy it.
Buy these books. I said again. Mosaic, y'all hyped up Mosaic like he was the man with the plan. Y'all told her, y'all said go out there and you go.
Mosaic on the milk carton.
Hey, where's he at? Where is this dude at, man? Mosaic has been missing. He is on Unsolved Mysteries.
Have you seen this man?
He is on Unsolved Mysteries. You know when they draw them diagrams, they drew a picture of Mosaic trying to find it. What have y'all seen this man? Does anybody know? Could you call this number 1-855-1866-801?
Matter of fact, Mosaic died off so hard he wasn't even in the show.
So I mean, you got that. You got Black Lightning.
Good God.
You know, where else the outcry for Black Lightning getting canceled? I mean, that's, you know, nobody demanded Luke Cage come back on. Nobody. Right. Luke, a world-class show that was on Netflix. Luke Cage was top of the line, and we hadn't heard anything else about it. Hadn't demanded anything. Black Lightning. Black Panther. Black Panther. T'Challa. Black Panther. Go ahead, Brian.
I knew that shit was out of control when I saw video footage of people going to see Black Panther.
Just so like they were going to Zamunda.
Right, throwing rose petals on the ground
in
the parking lot of a damn movie theater,
right?
Dressed up like they was Prince Akeem.
Yeah, King Jaffe Jaffa.
Girl was being carried on the shoulders of others, into the theater, and the theater started laughing. I'm like, are you really doing this? It's like you trying to make a mockery of this shit, man.
Right. That's exactly what they did. because they were woke.
I'm telling you, man, it drives as a comic book fan. It drives me
I ain't never
insane.
seen so many sleepwalkers a day in my life, boy. Good God.
But these same people ain't read a damn comic book since Killmonger ended up getting murked at, allegedly murked at the end of Black Panther. They didn't care less about Black Panther.
Can I ask y'all a question? How do y'all feel about them not recasting T'Challa?
I mean, in comic book theory, all of us know Shuri takes the mountain. We all know that happens at some point. My thing is, me and Al talked this. We actually talked about this before you hopped on. We were talking about the rumor is now they're saying
M'Baku
is going to take over the mountain. I mean, at this point, just put somebody in the damn. If y'all going to do it, do it. If you ain't, they ain't.
So my thing is, and God rest his soul, Chadwick Boseman was a great actor, excellent actor. He's gone too soon, but it's almost like he was bigger than the character himself.
Well, Xavier, what it is, man, is the man was in all those Avengers movies. It was basically you already got a dose of him. So
I get that.
So by the time we got to his movie, he was larger in the movie because you'd already seen him.
Well, I look at it as he was taken from us right when he was on the cups of greatness, as an actor, as a performer, and he get this character role to play Black Panther. We love it, we enjoyed it, and then he's gone, and now it's like, wow, now we have to settle for either new Black Panther or move to Shuri. But a lot of us, Chadwick was that dude that just had this warmth about him, that great personality, and he was so great with people and what he was doing for the community and stuff with the sick kids and his messages at the college. That
right as a man, yeah,
he was so great as a man. It's like, man, he was the perfect person to play T'Challa, and now that he's gone, it's like it's kind of hard to see him not be T'Challa. To see somebody else in that mantle when we just had the perfect person for it. It's really tough to go forward, and I wouldn't mind a recast, but at the same time, Chadwick did such an incredible job with what he did, not just for Black Panther, but for just Black people in general. That it's hard to just look at it as not him being Black Panther.
Yeah, but don't worry, they're gonna honor him with token and robe, and they're gonna have hot sauce and buffets at the movie theaters like they did when the last one came out. Matter of fact, it's gonna be even worse. They're gonna have all kinds of stuff at the movie theater when the next one come out. You thought this was crazy what you just saw. Wait till the second one come out. Go ahead, Al.
And I saw Big Remo and Mastodon. Their post just now. Big Remo hit it on the head, like with Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee, there was an attachment to that particular role to Brandon Lee, to where once they actually recast the Crow, it didn't feel the same,
True, but it was horrible writing.
Well, yeah, a lot of the
Edward Furlong as the Crow in Salvation, that was horrible.
Yeah, but I mean, for Chad, I think with the issue with Chadwick Boseman being recast is like what Mastodon just said. It's more of an emotional attachment to the actor that played the character, and I don't think that at this point there hasn't been a character or an actor. Maybe Robert Downey, because of what happened at the end game, and if you haven't seen it yet, you just
where have you been?
Right. Yeah, you've been stuck in that 2020 vortex somewhere. But as far as it goes, I think he actually resonated with people on a more personal level, kind of like what Sean just said, which in a lot of people's eyes is kind of like, because I ain't gonna lie, man, I don't know when Black Panther 2 is coming out. But if everything's cool with us going back to the movies, man, I ain't lie, man. I might shed a tear too when they show the intro, because I'm sure at some point they're gonna have the little Marvel thing, and they probably gonna show Chadwick Boseman doing all the this and all that kind of stuff. But as far as it goes, man, the whole recap, I'm the M'Baku thing is really interesting to me, because like me and Matt was talking before the show. I mean, it's not like that. It's not already set up based on what happened in the first movie, you know. And like Big Remo said, they could just pass the mantle on to somebody else and find some kind of way to, you know, gracefully write T'Challa out of the story, because they're gonna have to address it, whether they put Shuri in the mantle or somebody else, whether Killmonger or M'Baku. They're gonna have to address it some way, shape, form, or fashion. It's just the fact of how they're gonna do it. You know,
Right? Because I'm glad you said that, because I was gonna say how, like, who killed Black Panther?
right?
How did they kill Black Panther?
They're gonna have to explain his absence. You know,
Did he get snapped away when they snapped away Thanos?
That's the way I was thinking in my head.
Like
That's what I was thinking that they should do.
Was it an accident? You know, did
Who shot
was the
JR?
Hulk in so much pain that he forgot to say, "Oh yeah, you know, take Black Panther away," even though he was at the funeral?
Who shot JR?
And my thing is, I just hope they don't do. I know it happened in the comics. I just hope they don't give it to Shuri in this movie, because she ain't it, in my opinion. She was fun. She was fun to see on the screen, but there's nothing about her that screams. Right.
She's not ready.
Like, we didn't have enough progression for her to become the next Black Panther. That's my only thing. That's the main reason why I wish. Like I said, I love Chadwick Boseman. He was excellent. Like Puff said, he's a great man. He was a great human being. But I really do wish that they would recast him, just because for outside of the moviegoers, the fans of the comics, we can get a more in-depth storyline that can then pass the mantle.
but you know what? And I'm with that. But if you're looking at it at the end of the day, man, the MCU don't make the movies for us. We just hope that whatever we read in the comic book is similar to what they put on the big screen. But at the end of the day, they gonna Pookie and them. They gonna make that movie for them, because they know Pookie and Ray Ray and everybody that live in the hood gonna go see that movie. And I'm not saying that in a stereotypical way. I'm stating that as a fact, because that's what happened with the first one.
Hey, somebody mute Lair. Mute him.
Oh, and then he put it in all caps.
They can't follow the books. They can't follow the books because he never linked up with Storm. So that's already done. You can scratch that.
I mean, whatever it is, at the bottom line, this is all I got to say about it, is that if you're going to support this stuff, man, support it all the way through, all the way down the line to these books, support these books, read these books. Y'all start running around here talking about slapstick was Black Panther in 1947. You don't know, these folks around just making up shit. I mean, we got folk this in our Facebook group. He's such a scholar on it. I know everything about the Black Panther. I read 2 or 3 entries on Wikipedia about where he come from.
This boy said 2 or 3 inches.
2 or 3 entries on Wikipedia.
That's 2 paragraphs on the screen. A snippet.
And we talking about, we know everything about Black Panther.
Oh yeah, the Cliff Note readers. Yeah.
And then you run into folk savants like us. You
know what I use Cliff Notes for? I just want to say, you know what I use Cliff Notes for? Like, if I've been out of comics, and I get back into it, I use Cliff Notes to find out what's up with X-Men since I've been gone. Then I go buy the trades to read the full story. That's what I would definitely say.
But you read it.
They got trades, man. But
the thing is, you go back and read it though. You know what I'm saying? You're not just sticking by the abbreviated versions of the actual story.
Reading the Cliff Notes interests me to go read the full story, to get the backstory and all that.
It's like reading the back of a book.
Yeah, that's the purpose of comic hunting. You know, you get
Yeah.
clip notes on it, and then you go and hunt that shit, man. You go buy that shit and read it all.
But that's you, Sean, and you are an avid comic book
You're
reader.
surprised.
I know.
But the
I
thing
know.
of it is, we know people. I ain't gonna say they already know the one that Matt talking about, but it was another dude. He was a black dude. Iron Man came out, right? He know nothing about Iron Man. All his knowledge came from the movies, right? So he on his Facebook page. This is when I was on Facebook strong. I'm no longer doing Facebook. This dude on his Facebook page educating every other dude that don't know nothing about the comic books based on the movies, right?
Don't know nothing about Demon in the Bottle.
Nothing about Armor Wars, nothing
None of that.
about nothing. The Mandarin, the Ten Rings, Fin Fang Foom. I ain't even no Iron Man fan, and I knew more than he did because I
Didn't
read
even know he was adopted.
none of that. So this dude, and I, you know, I'm the type of dude you gonna dig your own grave. You gonna shovel it deep.
Because he gonna ask you a question sooner or later.
No, this dude got on Facebook and said, "Yeah, man, I so like that Ultron, man. You know, if y'all didn't know, you know, Tony Stark created Ultron in the comic book.
God!
And I looked at the screen just like I'm looking at this right now. I said, what?
Bruce Banner and Tony Stark.
The crazy part of it is, though, he had about 15 likes. These folks just as stupid as he is. So I'm sitting here like, man, should I respond? Should I? Because, you know, it's like, this joker don't know nothing about Hank Henry Pym. He don't know nothing about Pym Particles.
Nope.
He don't know nothing about Wife Beater Hank.
Nope.
He don't know nothing about Yellow Jacket.
He don't know nothing about that Ike.
He don't know nothing about Goliath. He don't know nothing about RAV 42. He don't know nothing. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna be petty. I'm gonna be petty Pendergrass today.
Oh man.
And I said, well, excuse me, sir. I said, Tony Stark didn't create Ultron in the comic book. It was Henry Pym. He gonna come back and tell me I was wrong.
You don't know what you're talking about. It was in the movie.
It was in the movie. I had to go to Wikipedia. I said, well, you know what? I'm going to just put this here. I'm going to send you the link. You can go and edit it to whatever lie you want.
Right. And that's the beautiful thing about Wikipedia.
Right. And then he was like, oh, my bad. I thought, you thought wrong.
Yeah, you thought. Exactly.
You so caught up. And this is go back to what we were saying before. You got these people that support these comics and stuff, but they ain't going out buying comics. They just going off of what they see and what they heard off of somebody else's web, you know, they Facebook or MySpace page or whatever. And it's like that stuff bothers me, man. You know, I felt good after that. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was petty as hell. But I felt good.
You would have destroyed them had you actually had the first appearance of Ultron and had hook up and show them right there.
Yeah.
He probably would have deactivated his Facebook page.
He was just blocked you.
Yeah, that too.
He would have blocked you. He wouldn't have seen no notification ever again.
But I would post that comic book like every week and tag it.
All right, to round this out once again, I just say personally, I think Marvel needs to use what they have in house already. You need to promote what you already have. Go back and dig up some of these characters that hadn't been getting their love, and use those characters, man. And there's no need of you trying to force feed characters. Let them show up organically. And like Al said, the people will select. The people will select who they think is what. And
look at the Guardians of the Galaxy.
But you talk about a group that when they showed up, man, most folk had no damn clue who the hell the Guardians of the Galaxy was. And most folk didn't go even see that movie.
Iron Man, when it came out, they didn't expect Iron Man to be as big as it was.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, you know, all of us went and saw it because shit, it's Iron Man. It's an Iron Man movie. Shit,
you know the main reason why I was so excited about Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man. Who better to play a drunken billionaire than a drunken, at the time, coked out millionaire, former millionaire? All he had to do was be himself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew that was going to be good, even though I don't like Iron Man as a character. That he was spot on until 3 and he took the arch reactor out of his chest and it was all a dream.
The funny thing about Robert Downey Jr. is that he outshined the character in the comic books. To the point
Yeah.
where you thinking of him as Iron Man than the actual character.
Right.
It's still like Batman. Still Michael Keaton. Still there, Michael Keaton.
No, Kevin Conroy.
There's too many Batmans though.
Well, I'm talking like
it's one.
No, I ain't talking about.
Hey, Mask of the Phantasm was a movie. I don't care what you say, okay, sir.
Val Kilmer.
Hey, George Clooney.
Oh my god! All right, y'all. It's time for the main event. It's time for the main event. Right, we're going right into this tonight. Oh man!
Well, I was 2 years old when this crap came out.
So last week was a week of anticipation, a week of Master. I'm going to get a shout out in there. Adam West, yeah.
Shark repellent.
Yeah, yeah, the shark. Yeah, Caesar Red. Yeah, but
hey, don't forget about the penguin.
Man,
need to be hilarious, man.
Hey man, ain't nobody say nothing when Catwoman switch races.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, you look, you're like, whoa, what happened here? All right, so last week was the debut of Wonder Woman 84. We had seen trailers galore. We had been sold. 1984, we saw Curtis Mathis. We saw My First Sony. We saw
two of the heaviest TVs known to mankind.
Betamax.
Betamax. Oh my goodness.
Laserdisc, you name it, we saw it. It was there. We saw Time Out was even in the movie. We saw J.C. Penney.
They were playing a game that didn't come out to the 90s.
Yeah, Sia Roebuck. You saw everything. But I tell you what, I didn't see shit. You want to talk about let down? You want to talk about hurt? You want to talk about saddened? You want to talk about
look at our face?
You want to talk about a man who was defeated? I look like sorry ass Clemson did last night.
Oh man!
Saw the look of despair. I went to the party. Hey yo, Remo, I went to the party. I got there with two folks there, and it was old dude, and he was playing tag team Whoop Daddy.
Oh no!
That was at the party when I got there.
You were full force in house party.
Full force. I went there and I was like, bruh, is this the best y'all can do?
I ain't see no Jerry Curl in there that much neither.
No, that was
you ain't hardly see any of us in it.
What? Not? Yeah,
I ain't seen no.
That exactly.
There was 5 people total.
Where's the outrage?
I thought Washington looked too clean because I watched DC Cab the week before, and I was like, "Yo, that's fucking Washington 84."
Yo,
I was sitting there, man. I'm sitting there watching this movie, man, and so. You know, watching this is no lie. I told Exodus in the car, so I'm watching the movie, man, and I'm enjoying myself, right? And I'm like, okay, wait a minute, Trevor just showed up, and so I said, well, shit, I can rewind this shit. Let me rewind this and see that I missed something. Did I miss something? So I rewind it back.
That candy coat.
And then he showed back up again. I said, shit, man, wait a minute. I said. It's got to be something I'm missing. I'm you know that meme that they show that dude be like, yeah, yeah. That's how I was like, oh shit. I said I missed something. I said let me go back and let me rewind this one more time. So I go back again. I said, boop boop ba doo. I said, now this brother just shows up. I said, wait a minute. He shows up. He just falls out of the sky. Boom. I said, okay, all right. You know what? I said, you know what? I'm going to suspend my disbelief. We'll figure it out. Let the chips fall where they may.
They man woke up in somebody else's house and somebody else's body.
I said, you know what? Let's just roll with it. I'm gonna take it. All right,
Hey,
so another thing that drove me up in saying this movie, the Dreamstone. Now, anybody who knows the Dreamstone knows Sandman. So I'm like, okay, well, they're gonna reference Sandman in this somewhere or another. No, the Dreamstone, these guys just start robbing the mall for the Dreamstone. Hey man, we're gonna go hold up. We're going over to see a Roebuck Company, and we're gonna get a crafting and lawnmower, and we're gonna get my brother. I had to catch myself. I was about to say something else. I had to catch myself. We had to shut the stream off. But I tell you, man, I said, okay, all right, well, maybe they'll break this thing down. I said, you know what? It's gonna be a 2.5, 3 hour movie. Shout out to Derek down there saying he put on that old Casio watch on her hand. Yeah, exactly. Put an old Casio watch. So I said, okay, that's all right. Well, I'm gonna watch this shit. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy it. See what I can get out of it. Maybe it'll redeem itself. So then Maxwell Lord shows up. So Maxwell,
he started out good.
He started out great, man. I was like, okay, got a little bit of villain in it, But about midway through the movie, and I said this in our chat, and I'm gonna say it here too, because Remo didn't. I think Remo might have started in the chat. I gonna say it, And I told Derek I was gonna speak my mind on this movie tonight, because when I watched that, every time I looked up on the damn screen, here comes Maxwell Lord. Maxwell Lord says, "Hey man, what you want to wish for?"
So stupid.
He said, "Hey brother, what you doing? Hey man, you pumping gas over there. What you wishing for, man? What you wishing for? Hey, you over there, what you wishing for?" He asked everybody else except me, because if you'd asked me, he said, "Matt, what you wish for?" Well, you could get the fuck off my screen. You're driving me insane, bro. It got to a point where it was unbearable with him. And so then you bring in the Cheetah, one of my favorite villains, two of my favorite characters, Wonder Woman and the villain, and Cheetah. So I'm watching this with a close eye. And so I said, okay, well, maybe they're going to do right by Cheetah. No, they bring Cheetah in. Great, she played it well. I personally think
she was the best thing in the movie to me.
She played the part well. I think that they should find if they can bring Trevor back through Casio Watch Back to the Future and all these cars and all this shit. Y'all can find a way to get the Cheetah back on the screen in full force or whatever. But they bring her in, and so then we have this fight. But what people don't realize is I'm looking at the White House like, wait a minute, man, that is not 1984, man. Look at the shirt. That's the reason why I put this shirt on tonight. 1984. I said, that's not 1984. That's 2005. I said, look at that. What they got going on over here? Then I started realizing something else after leading up to that fight. I said, wait a minute. She's spending more time with Trevor doing the same shit he did in the first movie with her in the second. Hey, Trevor, guess what that is right there, brother? What? That's an escalator. What? Let's get on it. Let's go. It takes you up the stairs quicker. Hey, that's a Southern Belle telephone book with new edition. They're right there. They're singing the Candy Girl. They just everything. They just went and found everything they could find. They spent a whole half of the movie talking about the 80s. Look at this jet. So then we get in the jet. And so I already knew it was going to happen. I was like, oh, man.
The Kamehameha way.
I was already just like, hey, you dropped my head. Like,
she threw a Hadouken.
It's so stupid for the happen.
She became the invisible woman.
Yeah.
I'm talking about she literally turned into Goku on y'all.
And I just like, are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. And so then they go through the fireworks. And then before you know it, I look up, Sean, and she's flying through the air. So why the hell did you get the jet? What's the purpose?
That fucking jet scene pissed me off because after they went invisible, went in the air, they get this fucking fireworks. Oh, look at the beautiful fireworks and stuff. Then they go above the clouds. Oh, look at the fireworks underneath the clouds. I'm like, man, get to the fucking point. Let's move the movie along, man. I'm like, and then the scene where she was flying. I'm like, she finally flies. What is she doing? The Superman pose. She flying. And she lassoing. I'm like, get to the goddamn house, man.
What did he say? Oh, what? It was nothing but wind and what? Wind and air or something like that.
So disappointed in the movie. Now I'm not going to sit here and say it's completely trash. I think there was some good messages. There was some good messages in there, but overall, I was bored in that first hour and a half. Man, I was falling asleep.
It was too long,
hey,
man. I'm telling you, man.
That movie should have been an hour and 45 minutes.
That movie should have never existed.
You know what, man? As in the words of Antonio Coleman, I will say it again. When after I got through watching that movie, I said they should pack this shit up. They should pull this right back up the horse's ass because this movie was pathetic. This was horrible, and I know that some folks are like, well, you can't judge off the first. I did not go into that movie basing my decision off of the first movie. I went into that, going into that for what it was. Y'all told me that this movie was gonna be top line. Y'all sold me 1984. Y'all already know we already attached to the 80s. Y'all sold us the cheetah, and then we get there, and then y'all put us in the desert. A fight scene that really should have been. I would have preferred they led off the movie with that fight scene, with all that stuff. Out the gate, that should have been that would have been a better place to explain getting the Death Stone, the Dream Stone. Then you get there, they fight. She up there, all of a sudden she been swinging all fucking episode like Spiderman, just right. Stop.
The movie should have been about her.
She's whipping.
Like that's the bottom line.
Right.
It should have been her and Cheetah. They could have done a better job transforming Cheetah, and I didn't like that it was tied to Maxwell Lord. Even the part where, she becomes this, she wants to be this apex president and stuff, and Maxwell Lord's just, and then all of a sudden she's Cheetah. And she looked bland as Cheetah because we didn't get to see the colors of her, the yellow color. Right. That whole fight was bland to me because I didn't see the Cheetah I wanted to see.
They focus too much on the repercussions of the wishes.
Hey, so watch this. Hold on. We're gonna go right back there. So y'all say, okay, well, man, in this movie, she's gonna be wearing the golden armor.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
I said, oh shit. When I said she's got the golden armor. I said, oh man, they gonna have all these motherfuckers be talking about this shit. Oh man, we're gonna see how she got this shit. This gonna interlude to some of the new characters we're gonna be seeing. We're gonna hear some new shit. Man, Wonder Woman get this damn armor. We roll up on Cheetah.
All them fellas just dropping.
Like aluminum foil. She tied that shit up like aluminum foil. I said, wait a damn minute. Y'all told me this woman fought off a whole
she fought off enough men to where Themyscira could escape.
Yeah, to save the civilization on the island of Patmos or wherever it is.
Themyscira.
Yeah, well, wherever. Yeah, Themyscira. Island of Patmos.
Did he say the mascara?
Island of Patmos.
And they said that that armor was that powerful. That I would have, if that armor was that powerful, then
she should have broke her nails.
She should have went back to the store and said, "Give me my damn money," because that armor wasn't hitting no shit.
Cause them guys
within 5 seconds, reduce the rubber. She had to take the shit off.
You had to drop the wings, right?
I'm done with it.
Let's not even get into the fact that she didn't truly defeat Cheetah. She had to depend on the electrical cord to electrocute her on the water.
Here's my thing about that. I don't care how strong she is, right? You sit here getting whopped by this cat. If she got the same powers as you, and she's drowning and being electrocuted, wouldn't you be drowning and electrocuted?
That was the problem. I did not like them throwing in this, Wonder Woman is slowly losing her power shit because of the wish.
Oh my God.
Why? Why was that even necessary?
Sean, That's the same woman that had the audacity to try to headbutt Superman on them steps.
Right.
To go head to head with Superman. Now,
I got a better question though.
Tell me, y'all gonna tell me, Matt Otis, y'all gonna tell me that this woman here is all of a sudden she's struggling with this woman here. We gotta, like Sean said, we gotta resort to natural causes. We gotta go find electricity. We gotta go call Raiden. We gotta get electricity to do the job. But you go hand in hand with Doomsday.
Right.
You know, big name villain.
Hey, but and then turn around and struggle. Remember, I said how was she going toe to toe with Doomsday, but was struggling against Steppenwolf, and now she's struggling against Cheetah.
Yeah.
And I got another question for you. How is it that nobody remembered her from 1984 to Batman v Superman and all the other stuff? How is it all this stuff that she's doing? She done sat there and talked to everybody telepathically through a rope to Maxwell Lord, and don't nobody remember who she is?
Xavier, how many of these folk don't know who she is because they just saw it at the company dinner the night before the pop? Same woman. Same woman.
How is it that nobody recognized that Diana ain't aged since 1984?
So I'm glad you brought that up.
It's only so many art museums that she can work at.
I'm glad you brought that up. So therefore, I continue. I said, you know what? There's post-credit scene. So I'm gonna watch the post-credit scene.
Oh my God.
So I said that. I said, okay. Everybody, I'm looking at somebody said, hey Matt, you might want to watch the post-credit. I said, okay. So I'm looking. And so I started turning sideways. You know when a dog hears something crazy? I look. I said, what is going on? Who is this?
I thought it was Wonder Woman walking down the street. I mean, it was, but
yeah, I'm like, well, what the hell? What's getting ready to go on? They get ready to fight? Oh no, it's just It's just old girl that played Wonder Woman in what's her name?
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter. Yeah, Linda Carter. And I said to myself, now why the hell Linda Carter come from? Now, what? Can somebody explain it? I was like, what? I know in theory what it is, but I'm just like, what? Go ahead.
Where was she at?
She was the one that, remember the story that they told at the beginning?
Yeah.
That was her. That she donned the armor at the beginning when they were talking about the armor. That was her that they were talking about.
I would have rather seen her fight Cheetah than Wonder Woman. Like, where was she at during all of this? She was just stopping pillars from falling on kids, walking down the middle of the street, and ain't nobody looked at her like, is that Wonder Woman? She just caught a pillar. She palmed the pillar and threw it off like it was nothing. Oh,
this movie.
Yeah, turn around and smile.
You know, this movie was poorly executed. It's like I told you in the car, and I'm gonna say this because Sean on the panel. Even in Ghostbusters 2, they explain how the hell Vigo got into that movie. They showed you Vigo coming into the.
Man, Ghostbusters 2 is way better than this movie.
Oh, we agree. We agree.
All agreements in that. With you on that.
I watched the remake of Ghostbusters before I watched Wonder Woman again.
Oh,
damn.
I hated this movie.
Hey,
look, when my 15-year-old looks at me multiple times throughout this movie and say, are you just as confused as I am? And I look at him and I'm 38 years old and say, yep, I'm sorry, son.
This movie,
I wasted all your life.
This movie encompasses the spirit of Street Fighter V.
Oh.
Y'all hype us up. Y'all sold us good. That was no good. No good. Of course. You tell us, you say, you know what, man? You say, you know what? We coming out with Wonder Woman 3. Of course, because you got to fix this shit.
But this is what I don't understand.
This is going to be a patch for this movie.
Hold on.
For Wonder Woman.
They were so quick to fix this, but they weren't this quick to try to fix Suicide Squad. They weren't this quick to try to fix Batman v Superman, Justice League. So, like, why? Why? Because she your breadwinner now.
This is their cash cow. This is their cash cow. They realize, hey man, we screwed up. Yeah, you screwed up. How can you screw up something that was already working?
Could have had a bigger cash cow if you had the Trinity shown the right way.
My question was, what the hell was Maxwell Lord's motivation in this
What? Yeah.
Maxwell.
I walked out. I mean, I got up. I tell you, man, after this movie, I went and took a nap because that's how fucking tired this movie made me. I went and took a nap. I woke up and I'm like, man, that movie just it sucked the life out of me just sitting there 2.5 hours watching this shit.
Right.
And I'm sitting there saying, what the fuck was Maxwell Lord's motivation in this whole damn movie? And there was no consequences, so we didn't get to see him put cuffs on people, put cuffs on him for what he did.
Right.
So I'm sitting there like, yo,
because he apologized.
He just gets out the helicopter, goes on by the business. I'm going back to the house. I'll let y'all, man. I'm going home and watch the Redskin and Doug Williams.
Chill out.
Go ahead.
To answer Sean's question, I can only answer that in the first 2 lyrics of the Pokemon song. He wanted to be the very best, like no one ever was. So, I mean, as far as it goes, he the only thing that I got out of Maxwell Lord was that he was a loser and he wanted to be a winner. That was the only thing.
And he still ended up being a damn loser. He just like Beck. I'm a loser, baby.
So here's the thing. Maxwell Lord could have been a great villain if they would have just stuck to his latent powers. You know what I'm saying? Like if they would have gave him like the power of telepathy like he had in the comics, that would have been great. Not this whole Wishmaster crap. Cause I know all these people that he talked to were not that stupid. Because as you sitting there talking to him, if I'm talking to y'all and you tell me something and I sit there and put my hand on your shoulder and say, do you wish this? You're not going to say, I do. God, you're so convincing as a salesman. You got it.
How did he know the president for him to just drive on?
Yo!
I'm like, this dude just mosey on, walked right past security and walked straight into the president. Like, who the fuck he know?
Right. And who made that wish?
Yeah, and then this dude he goes right into the militia. Walks right through the militia.
Didn't get shot. Not one bullet flew his way.
I'm taking your men.
You see, when he went to the militia, I thought whatever the fuck the West thing was, but I thought that, remember at the beginning when that guy was confronting him about the oils and that there was no oils there?
Right.
Like that?
Right.
I'm thinking, when he asked the guy for the oils, I'm thinking, all right, maybe that's his motivation to get oils. Like, even if he could have oils like that. But no, as soon as that went thrown out the window, they laughed his ass off. That's all the oils.
Do you wish you had more help?
Sean, the thing about it was, with the oil, they gave you that implication because they had it reading the newspapers that were talking about the man was the new man of oil.
Yeah.
I thought it was all about money. I thought it was all about money, the way it was led up, and then it just completely went away from that.
This movie it was bad. It's Beverly Hills.
Hey man, I hate to call any kid stupid, but his son was dumb. I'm sorry.
This movie,
I did not like the element of him having a son because they did that shit at the end where he needs to get his son because his son's in trouble. Man, fuck you, man.
But why were they going after his son?
Hey man, his son survived.
He's creating all this fucking chaos. I'm like, bro, you put your son in this shit.
My thing is why, if this man is in the middle of nowhere on TV, y'all know good and damn well he's not in his office. So why are y'all running up to his office? What was the point of that?
They had that little boy out there looking like.
And how the little boy made it out without getting hurt?
That little boy was out there like John Connor in Terminator. And I was just like, how the hell is this boy out there with all this chaos? And he survives that. Well, hell, man, y'all should have had that little boy fighting.
I mean, they ran through there like World War Z and Train to Busan, and he made it out. Scott, man,
the kid was used as a plot device to turn the father into renouncing his fucking wishes.
How did he get back so fast? How did he get back to his son so fast?
I don't know, man. It's movie magic.
He had the invisible jet to turn into a helicopter.
Here's another question I got. So, if he renounced his wish, right? Shouldn't every single wish that he granted automatically went away? Instead of another 5 minutes of people, I renounce my wish. I would announce my wish. I would announce my. What do I need to see that for?
This movie was poorly executed on all.
Sheila didn't even renounce her wish.
No, that's why
She never even uttered it.
Right.
Never said a word. She's still the cheater, man. That's what I was telling Xavier in the car.
But see,
she's still the cheater, man.
But her powers didn't go away, but her cheetah form, her apex predator form went away because Maxwell Lord took away his wish. Now, I got a million questions about this movie, but why? So Wonder Woman knows all this stuff about history and this, that, and the other, and the gods, and you mean to tell me nothing about this stone looked familiar from the get-go? But you had to read an inscription on the inside of it, and then all of a sudden you had a flashback to a wish god and a monkey paw. What? Why?
You know, that was another thing too, y'all, that they did not focus on. You did not go, like on the first one, they was on the island. You know, more backstory. You know,
and I thought a monkey paw gave you at least 3 wishes.
Man, this movie was so poorly executed, man. This was straight Atlanta Falcons type stuff. This was 20.
I mean, you got an amputee wish monkey claw. Like, what is going on? I don't get it.
This movie was so bad, man. I mean, this was up there. I put this movie there with Mosquito. I don't know if anybody ever seen Mosquito.
Oh God,
that's that movie with Gunnar Hansen.
Oh man,
you ever see Mosquito Al? It's a movie where the gigantic mosquito. It come on Sci-Fi Channel every blue moon.
It was almost like Tick.
Yeah. I mean, this movie was that bad. I'm giving this movie. I said 5 out of 10 the other day when I went back and thought about it. I said, you know what? This is 2 out of 10. This is 2 out of 10. That's
what I thought. I thought 5. I was saying 5, but man, I knew when y'all was going to discuss it. I was like, watch these guys going to change my rating down low because I just I wanted to like this movie, but there was just nothing to like about this movie. And I'm like, I know Al said don't compare it to the first, but I'm like, yo, at least with the first one, it kept me engaged. You know, it kept me going through at least up until the end, where the ending kind of let me down with the Ares fight, but it kept me engaged, and I never felt bored. This movie, I was just fucking bored, man. I'm ready to go sleep this shit off, man.
But like, they didn't learn nothing from Captain Marvel. Go ahead, Al.
Hey, man, y'all bring some very valid points. I can't argue with none of what y'all said. None of it. I can't argue with that at all.
Hey, are we not going to talk about how Steve Trevor inhabited another body and this dude?
How much of a loser was he when nobody realized that? Hey,
not only that.
Think about that. The consequences this guy could have suffered. What if Cheetah would have broke his arm or messed him up real bad? And then this guy wakes back up in his body all fragile and shit.
First of all, how he survived Cheetah throwing his ass around the Oval Office, I'm still trying to figure out, because she was slanging him.
I mean, that dude was getting his ass tore out the frame by Cheetah. Anybody walking in front of Cheetah was getting their ass rocked.
And I go back. Kristen Wiig did an excellent job. I really thought she was gonna be terrible in this movie.
She's the best thing about the movie.
She was the best thing to me.
Yeah.
The movie itself, to me, it started falling apart. The second
at the mall.
No, I could tolerate it at the mall because they were trying to set the tone. And I ain't gonna lie, that scene took me back to the Macon Mall back when it was, in the 80s and stuff. But for me, the second half of the movie is when it just started going downhill. When they had that montage where Steve had hijacked the old boy's body and was trying on all them clothes.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold up, why is this even necessary, man? Just put on some damn clothes and get the hell on, But
if you're gonna pick his outfit anyway, you should have just started out with the outfit.
Right, and then they focused too much on the fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
My biggest issue though with this movie, though, seriously, was around halfway through the second act when she went over there what y'all just mentioned, and she had started the whole. I thought the thing about her losing her powers because of the wish was just stupid. It was a dumb plot device, basically, to just weaken her. But my thing was that the whole issue with Cheetah was very contrived because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put this here like this. I thought the movie was okay because I'm comparing it to other movies like sequels and stuff. However, Maxwell Lord could have been they could have done without him altogether, and I think the movie would have been a whole lot more cohesive had it just been Cheetah and Wonder Woman. Because the old girl that played Cheetah, she did a really good job.
Yeah.
Like honestly, that last part where she all of a sudden just turned into Chitara from the 30 I'm like,
from the new series.
Why did they show her trans? I want to see her ass transform like Manimal and shit. I wanted to see that. But it's like all of a sudden you see her up top and she's
standing up, looking down.
What the hell is going on? And then, you know, I was really done with Maxwell Lord. Like right after he left the when he went to that bunker and he started talking about all the wishes. I'm like, man, would you shut the fuck up already? Like this, it got old quick. Like that got old. Like, okay, dude, we get what you trying to do, bruh. You doing the most. Just leave it alone. So for me, I'm gonna still keep it at a C-, but only because the scenes that I liked, I enjoyed, but Maxwell Lord killed it for me. That whole issue, they've spent too much time with Steve Trevor, and I'm still trying to figure like, man, you know, Wonder Woman, you raping this dude because you basically
right
consensual sex. You molesting this guy.
Right.
You molesting him, but that's a whole nother story. But I mean, my thing is, man, I agree with Matt. It was for them to have delayed that movie. I was shuddered to think what the original would have been like, you know, were they able to release that movie had it not been for COVID. Because to me, it seemed like a lot of stuff was just piecemeal, and they went back and reshot stuff, and it just seemed like some of the parts of the movie was disjointed, especially that tail end when old girl fully transformed into Cheetah.
Yeah. So am I the only one who thought like Maxwell Lord to me was literally like the dude who got the Juggernaut's powers for that short amount of time and just went straight to a bar and was just trying to flex and get as many women as he could. But it was that same cheesy corniness, you know.
But what I don't understand was after he inherited the stone inside him, he was like dying from it. You know, he was having I'm like,
how was he dying if this stone ain't died?
Like he's struggling with it, but then by the end of the movie, he's like, "Yes, give me all your wishes." I'm like, "Wait a minute, you were struggling when you were still at the White House."
I'm gonna take your health. 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 Give me your health.
He sounded like Oprah.
So
yeah, you get a wish. You get a wish. You get a wish. All this.
He was a reused vacuum salesman the entire movie.
I would have rather him been an average Joe than them throwing Maxwell Lord's name on it.
Yeah,
I would have understood it better than Maxwell Lord.
Biscuit Bill. We're gonna Biscuit Bill, Wonder Woman, and Cheetah. I'm saying that Maxwell Lord was absolutely the most annoying villain.
He was getting worse and worse as the movie went on to the point where, like I said, I wanted somebody to just take him out.
Like, you know when I really stopped liking the movie? When the wall was built. When he took the Sovereign or whatever his name is, when he granted that wish, and then that big ass wall that 45 never built here in the States just popped up and cut off all the water. You know, I was like, yo, I'm done. I'm then all his soldiers.
Hey, how about those dummies for kids when Wonder Woman rescued them
in the middle of the street? Like you don't see this convoy coming towards you.
I was like, you could hear that shit coming 10 miles away, and they still praying.
Yeah, and I told you that when I said she swung up there, and then she just swung the whole movie like Spiderman. All of a sudden, she loses.
And I don't care what kind of pilot Steve Trevor was in the whatevers. There is no way he could have gotten the cockpit of this damn 1984 jet and knew exactly what to do. There's no way that he could drive that tank. That was way more advanced than anything that he saw in his lifetime, and just know how to drive that bitch. I ain't never drove a tank, but I guarantee you, I can't just sit in that bitch and know how to drive it.
Hey man, hey, somewhere on Christmas Day, Tom Cruise was raising hell. Like, how the fuck you get in a jet in 1984? hey, into the danger zone. How the fuck you get in the danger zone? And you
Hey, no goose. No goose.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Hey,
And where did the jet end up?
we don't know.
They still ain't gonna find it.
It's over at the recycling plant.
Hey, you mean tell me they introduced this and Cyborg didn't know what a jet was in Justice League?
I'm telling you, man, this movie was completely, I mean, it was hogwash, man. It was straight hogwash. Dude on the stick.
How many people ran into this jet between 1984
bro, they got
and 2016?
They got all the way onto restricted airway. Got to a jet in 1984. I mean, true enough that they had the chip police cars and all that stuff. But they still got there and they got off and they flew away. Not one shot.
But how did the fireworks not bounce off of the jet? And how did it not do any damage to the jet?
That's what I was looking like. How is that? How does this? I was like,
they just want to show a damn CGI special effects shit, man. That shit was just ridiculous, man.
It was unnecessary, to be honest with you.
Huh?
Yeah, that whole invisible jet thing.
Yeah, that whole shit was dragged out. Like, soon as she turned to the invisible jet, they should have just flew off to the next destination. But we had to get a fireworks special. I'm like, this ain't 4th of July, man. I don't want to see this shit. Move to the next. This movie was 2.5 hours.
What are those?
Yeah.
They're fireworks.
You know what the fuck they are, Trevor. You seen fireworks before. You seen that shit spitting
right.
Last movie. You saw it.
And the celebration that they had after No Man's Land.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man. Please. He's seen all that shit before. Yeah, this movie, man. F mine. F mine. So y'all get amongst yourselves and figure out what y'all gonna do. But I'm
still with Derek though. Like, she could fly in 84 after she got her power back, and then can't fly in Justice League or Batman v Superman. She just jumped everywhere. And then with all the electricity that was in Batman v Superman, she should have been swinging around with her lasso of truth, or you can't even call it a lasso of truth because at this point ain't nobody told the truth with this damn lasso.
It was a rope,
except for Aquaman when he was like talking to everybody in Justice League. You know, he
sat on it,
yeah, that. And I told Matt in the car, I am so tired of that. Like, what inside of those bracelets caused a sonic boom every time she clasped them? Because if that was the case, every single time somebody shot at her and she blocked those bullets with her wrist, with them whatever you want to call it, gauntlets, whatever, it should have been an explosion.
It was internal power.
Internal my ass. And then how is it that there are a lot of feminists out there who have not one single problem with what I'm about to say, but I do. I had the problem with it in the first movie, and I got a problem with it in this movie. How come she had to lose some dick in order for her to get all her powers and hidden powers to pop up? When Trevor died in the first movie, that's when she got up enough courage to go fight Ares. And then this one, after Trevor died, and all of a sudden she got her powers back. Now she want to go fight the cheetah in the aluminum foil suit and shit. I don't understand that. And for Patty Jenkins to be this big gung ho, everything about women this, women that, you directed this and was okay with it.
How about the parts where all the men were just looking at Wonder Woman and Cheetah coming through and say, "Oh my God," they hollering at her.
Hey girl.
That dude in the trench coat, wearing the trench coat in the summertime, trying to get at Barbara. Like, the fuck, man? Do we even need to see that?
This one thing I hate about DC overall, and it's not just in the movies, it's in the comics and in the cartoons and everything. What is it about a pair of glasses being put on or taken off that makes somebody attractive? You sit here, Clark Kent is unattractive until he takes his glasses off and twists his hair once or twice to have that little curl right there. Wonder Woman puts on a pair of glasses in the comics to hide herself from everybody. Like nobody knows who she is anymore. She's just not beautiful until she takes them off. Cheetah in this movie, or Barbara Minerva, you know what I'm saying? She was not sexy until she took her glasses off and actually combed her hair. What is going on? I don't get that, and it's always been something like that in DC ever since I remember. It's just I know it's nitpicking. Go ahead, what now?
I call it spectacle prejudice. That's what it is.
Martian Manhunter turn into somebody that wear glasses.
F minus. This is an F on the Comic Hall Round Table discussion panel. The movie. This is one of the worst movies we've all seen in a while.
Hey, Al disturbed by this. He like, I liked it until I listened to y'all.
Hey, no, I'm gonna stick by my guns, man. I have my reasons for liking the movie, but y'all got good points and they're valid. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
hey, G man, she ain't had no nice meat. There was no milk in there. That was all costume. Gal Gadot got less than an A cup.
Hey man, we gotta watch it before we get the YouTube.
Hey, all I said was milk.
Hey, the YouTube police don't care about all that. YouTube police.
Police. The funny thing is, Discovery Bay. We talked about it after Christmas. He didn't like the movie. Then today he came back on the show. He said he watched it to try to figure out if this movie is good, and he said, "Nope, it is even worse than before, man." And I still have not given it a rewatch because I feel like it's not.
I won't.
It is not worth it.
Well,
I was debating it. I was like, no, I can't, because there's nothing I could defend about this movie. What my thoughts are about the movie is what I feel about it.
Well, I'm not gonna watch it because more than likely, if I watch it again, I'm gonna give it an F minus 2. So I'm just gonna leave it alone.
I'm gonna tag you in snippets until you see the whole movie.
F minus.
But I will say this: I hated Maxwell Lord at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
I absolutely hated.
I hated him throughout.
I just hate that there was no consequences for what he did. You know,
it was his health. Oh yeah. I can tell you why, but I ain't going there.
All right. Well, with that, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get ready to shut it down.
Where was the mother of the child?
D-back.
And like it's my weekend again. How many weekends do I have? Nah, I ain't gonna lie, that pissed me off. As a parent, I was like, "What?
Defect.
Like, what do you mean? How many weekends? If that's your seed,
support, man, child support. I wish my child support would in.
That would have been my wish.
I wish my child support.
I just wish I had a full paycheck.
All right, y'all. Let's get down to business. This is our as we get ready to come to a close. We're gonna do our hauls for the new year.
I ain't got no haul, man. I ain't got no haul.
No haul.
You don't want got hauls, man.
Right.
I got hauls for stuff that I had that was in the mail.
Hey, man. Hey, you got more time because we ain't got nothing. So you know.
I mean, you traveling across the states in Virginia and everything. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'll come with heat out the gate. Man.
I know you did.
All right, first book coming out the gate.
Look at him. All of a sudden, Matt got dimples now.
Vampirilla.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Vampirilla. Sean, I actually sent this to you the other day, man. I don't know if you ended up getting it or not, but I ended up getting the that Vampirilla variant, the 1 in 25, and then we got Animaniacs, number 23. Number 23. Yeah. And then I got these. I'm trying to think, where the hell did I get these books at? Can't remember where the hell I got them at now. But
so many.
We got a hardware. Oh, I know I got it. I'm gonna tell y'all about this spot when we get off the air. Savage Dragon 160. Savage Dragon 131. Batman 50. X, did you get your Batman 50? Batman Beyond 50?
I didn't get a Batman Beyond 50.
Sick ass Ice Cream Man cover. Oh, shit.
See, that is so simple, and that's what makes it dope.
Yep. Yeah. Ice Cream Man covers have been really cool, man. So one of the spots, man, I usually go in this spot looking for actual books, man. Well, this dude actually had comic books in there. And I said, well, shit, let me see what you got. And so he pulled them out, man. And so I ended up picking up, I got some Zombie newsstand edition stuff. And I got a Zombie Hero #1, 15, 16, 17, and number 18. All for $1.
Glad we weren't trying to look at the covers.
Hip Hop Family Tree 3-in-1, free comic book day edition. Mind Management #2.
But if that don't look like Hank Hill and Boomhauer all mixed in one,
It does like him.
He kind of like Brock from Venture Brothers.
Stars and Stripes #1. Powerpuff Girls #1. Burger King variant.
he ain't got no Mojo Jojo.
Free comic book day, Amazing Spiderman. Free comic book day, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Free comic book day, Clone Wars, Star Wars.
Local.
I'm surprised you ain't pulled out no preview.
Free comic book day, Love and Rockets, because the original is hard to come by and it's too damn big at the store. Well, now I can take it out to storage now. Bob's Burgers, I just got that because I like the cover. Hardware 13, Hardware 14,
It look like cops.
Hardware 17, and Hardware 15. I think it's 15. Yeah, 15.
I got that issue.
Yeah.
Alba.
It look like Judge Dredd art.
Hardware 10, and Hardware #9, and Hardware 8. I'll tell you, he had them all for like $1, so I'll take it. 11,
Man, I thought you were OCD.
12, and then I got this off eBay for $1. It's the Jughead's Pal Hot Dog 2 through 5, and we got Star Wars, and that is it. That is it. So that is it. Al, you got anything on your end?
Nope.
All right. Well, next week's episode, Al, what is our topic going to be? Rage quit games. We're going to be talking about games that made you rage quit as a kid. Some of the most hardest games known to man. Games.
I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all Battletoads.
Oh, I was just thinking that. I was just thinking Battletoads.
Fuck them bikes.
Yeah.
I mean, even the bikes on the arcade sucked. Anytime you see those speeder bikes, you knew you're just taking out the joystick. So,
And that first Friday the 13th game on the Nintendo.
and that Ghostbusters game on Nintendo.
Oh, that was horrible.
Carnal.
That Ghostbusters game, man. Yeah, that was a horrible game.
Oh, the first Ninja Turtles game was hard as fuck.
Unless you had Donatello.
That was the only way you can beat it with Donatello. He was the first zoning character ever.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that, and we'll actually do a combo: rage quits and worst games we've ever played. So that'll be fun. We have a fun show next week. So, well, everybody, I hope we saved you 2.5 hours of your life with Wonder Woman 84. and you can go watch something else better, go watch
Hey, the animated series is on there now.
oh yeah, Batman.
Batman Beyond animated series on there. They done added so many of the animated movies on there now. So yeah, if you got HBO Max, go watch those and don't even watch 84.
Go watch Cobra Kai season 3. Go watch that. Go watch something else outside.
I'm gonna warn y'all now. Cobra Kai season 3 really feel you can tell Netflix got their hands on it instead of YouTube doing the first 2 seasons. It's not bad, but it feels different.
We'll go watch Mandalorian. That'll make up for it. All right. So with that, I am Matt. Al in the building. Stay Puff, Sean. Make sure y'all support Sean. Sean, what you got on the docket for tomorrow? What you got going on?
I saw that Silver Age Sunday will be going. Javi said he's going to do Silver Age Sunday, so I'll be on there.
Okay.
And of course, next Saturday, chatting with the comic community as always.
What y'all talking about next week on the show?
Whatever comes to mind.
Whatever comes to mind. Free for all. So
yes, sir. Man, hey, we talk conspiracy theories a little bit on our show later.
Wow. Nice. And X is glad to have you back, man. We missed you.
Hey man, hey, if it weren't for this PS5, I would have been here with y'all. I still got to recoup some of that money for that. That's the only reason I'm working security is to get that money back, and it's a quick, easy way to get it back.
Yeah. Well, with that, we are out of here. We'll see you all next week. Comment Hall Roundtable Discussion. I want to tell you all once again, Happy New Year. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're out. Peace.